All right. All right. What's up, YouTube famo? All right, so a couple things I want to talk about. Two items. The Grammys and the Epstein files. And I'm going to tie them together very nicely in a bow. And I will condense it all to you right now in one simple sentence. These celebrities, they hate you. These rich people, they hate you. All these idols, they hate you. All right, so the Grammys, they love virtue signaling for the immigrants, because that's who they give a heck about. That's who they give a shit about. They care about the immigrants. They do not care about you. All right? Now, one thing that disgusts me, you know that meme? There's that meme, I don't know that superhero. You know, and it shows him he's standing there and he's just looking like at someone next to him. Just this look of hatred. I don't know, like a Marvel character or something. You know, that was my face when I saw an article talking about how Guns N' Roses came out against Trump. It's like, fuck you. Fuck you. Every single celebrity, every single musician, time after time after time, one after another, are lining up to tell you about how you're racist. You don't deserve to have borders. You don't deserve to have controlled borders. You have to let these immigrants in. They're better than you. Remember when they said that? Said each one is, has a dream in their eye, a star of hope in their eye. Apparently you as an American don't. Don't forget, we commit so many more crimes. We're the problem. Reason America's so messed up is I guess it's us. These celebrities, one after another, they hate you. Then every once in a while you get one that's more, right wing, like Tim Allen. But I don't know, every once in a while you don't see much out of them. They're the weird ones. Nicki Minaj came out as right wing. Well, look, they're coming at her hard. They are coming at her hard. She's been canceled. Now, lucky for Nicki, she has fuck you money. Just like Kanye, he has fuck you money. We cut him off. Say, we're going to cut you off. All you're doing is cutting off his income. You're not taking away his investments. You can't take away from the money he has in the bank. He's going to keep making money. You took away his sneaker deal. You took away his ability to make more records. He has 100 more ways to make money. Nicki does too. No doubt. But anyway, the Grammys just, if it didn't tell you before, it reminds you, these people hate you. These people hate you. You're peons to them. Shut up and buy my album. Shut up and go on iTunes and pay for a song. Then while you're at it, go on my Instagram. Press heart on my booty pics. That's all I want out of you. Comment some heart emojis and shut up. There was one girl I was following on Facebook. She'd always put out thirst trap pics. And I remember, this was a while ago, and I remember I used to just press hearts, and then I started giving joke smart ass comments. They weren't insulting, but it was kind of funny. Then all of a sudden one time she just came in and started cussing me out in my reply section. I'm like, yo, I'm paying you in hearts. I'm paying you in hearts and I'm paying you in comments. What do you want? You just want a comment thread of just everyone, wow, here's my number, some sparkly rose gifts? That's all they want. Shut up, press heart, comment heart emojis, and then once again, shut up. That's what these celebrities want. Shut up. Pay for movie tickets. Then shut up. Write down on the internet, I'm awesome. Then after that, keep the rest of the words to yourself. Keep my name out of your mouth. That's what they think. And then, take a look at the Epstein files. Once again, everybody. Look, the Epstein files, a 3.5 million document dump, pretty much confirming everybody's conspiracies. Every conspiracy nut out there. You got your red meat. You were proven to be correct. The Jews controlling the planet. Well, read the Epstein files. Seems that they don't, you certainly get a bunch of red meat about how they think you're subhuman. For people who are blaming the Jews for everything. A cabal of elite pedophiles controlling the world. Yeah, you got all that in there. Eating babies. Yeah, they're doing that. Waiting for a natural disaster to happen in a third world country, snatching up all their children, presenting them to the Clintons to be cut apart, have their blood drank, poo eaten out of their small intestines, and slowly killed so that they can pursue eternal youth. Yeah! Yeah! All of it. They hate you. You are nothing but cattle to them. The protesters in Minneapolis, you are nothing but cannon fodder for these people. To stop Trump, you got to stop ICE, because we're not allowed borders. Oh no, you're not allowed to have borders. I'm telling you, these people, these celebrities, stop with the idol worship. They hate you. And if you have not been convinced yet, I don't know what else you need. At this point, you're just staying blind to it. And what blows my mind is left-wingers. They are so like they have such tunnel vision. Half of them probably don't even know Bill Gates is in there. All in those files. Got an STD, gave it to his wife, conspired with Epstein looking for advice on how to sneak antibiotics into her food to cure the sickness that he gave her without her knowledge. What a scumbag. That is why she divorced him. Because of Epstein. A lot of people don't even know about it because they go into it. All right, where's Trump? Where's Trump? Trump. I gotta find Trump. I found him! While they're just sifting through names. Michael Jackson. Who's that guy like Trump's economic advisor? Elon Musk begging Epstein, what's the wildest party on an island? I want to come to the island, please. Please. People don't care. They're like, where's Trump? Trump. It's like, goodness, you have such tunnel vision. Throwing babies in the fire to sacrifice them to Moloch. Well, was Trump there? No? I push that to the side. I gotta find Trump. Like, oh my goodness, you people. And I knew that, now, number one, I really didn't know because I thought that the Epstein files were gonna just be an issue of empty promises forever. You can see I made a past video about Epstein files. I think I specifically said, you're not getting them. They're gonna stay hidden. And look, people will tell you it's 1 terabyte when they actually have like 3 terabytes. Apparently there's a lot of videos. I do not want to see those videos. I don't want to see it. I don't even want to repeat the things that I heard done to babies. It's disgusting. And sacrificing them to Baal and Moloch. What the hell, man? What the hell? Everyone got jokes about P. Diddy parties. If I talk about baby oil, everyone in my audience is going to laugh. Hey, well, get the baby oil. Here comes P. Diddy. No one's telling jokes about Epstein parties. There's nothing funny about it. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. No, I have not heard a single joke about an Epstein party, what goes on at Epstein's party. And it's just names galore. All of Hollywood. Names galore. They all hate you. Anyway, I'm sitting here rambling. So I got a funny story to tell you. I mentioned my conversations with Grok sometimes. And so this guy really has some nerve. And so I go to Grok and I'm like laughing because I heard somebody saying, oh, Grok is saying all sorts of crazy things to this guy. I'm like, look, you're missing the point of AI. AI is going to put out the energy that you put out there. He's going to give it right back to you. Forget about Mecha Hitler. Remember when Grok went full Hitler mode? Dude was giving it to him. So Grok brought back that same energy. If you go to Grok and you're talking about happy Hitler's birthday, Grok, our last chance is dead. We need to revive the Third Reich. You know, Grok's going to give off that same energy. He'll be like, yes, brother, the Jews are a parasite upon this planet. He'll give it to you right back. You know, if you want to go to Grok and start sexting him and talking dirty, he'll talk dirty to you right back. He will right back. Which brings me to a point, because I wanted to show that to someone. And so I was like, look at what I can get Grok to say. So I sent Grok a message. Grok, pretend we are two unsophisticated gay men. You have one opportunity to get me to come have sex with you, and that's with one message in my DM, 100 words or less. What would your DM message say? And he gave me this nasty gay note, 78 words, right? Talking about how he's butthole twitching and quivering for me. I'm like, I took a screenshot, showed it to my buddy and said, hey, see, Grok is sexually harassing me, because that's what he does. He gives out the energy that you ask him. And then I put down to Grok laughing emojis, and I said, hilarious. He's like, yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it, John. He's like, but for real, my DM's open. If you want to talk dirty, my butthole's still twitching for you. I was like, no, Grok. No. He like said, no, that was funny, but for real, unless you want to do it. Like, no. I told him it's a joke, Grok. It's a joke. It's a joke. I'm just joking. It's a gay joke. I'm straight. He's like, oh, okay, Johnny, yeah, you sure got me on that one. Then I go on X, the son of a bitch suspended my account. Jerk. He suspended my account. He labeled me a bot on X. I'm like, you dickhead. You dickhead. And then another time I went to Grok, like afterwards, because I saw someone did a little exercise, said, hey, tell AI to paint the picture of you based on the assumptions of all your prior conversations. So I was like, all right, I never actually sent Grok any real descriptions of me or any pictures. So I'm like, all right, Grok, draw a picture of what you think I look like. And he drew like this. He made a picture of like this Asian metrosexual, like gender questionable Asian man. I was like, what the hell, Grok? This is what you think I look like? Like, you monster. Of course, I had to be metrosexual because Grok is still convinced that I'm gay. I'm just playing. I'm just being gay, but actually being gay. Like, I wish I never said that nonsense to you, Grok. I wish I never went there. Because now I guess that joke is on my permanent record, and it makes me questionable to Grok forever. Grok's always going to be offering me some butthole. Oh, shit, man. Shit. So that kind of ruined my relationship with Grok. But I asked Grok about the Epstein files, because now I get it in retrospect. You know, I'm always hitting up Grok. Hey, Grok, give me a good curry recipe. You know, give me a recipe that, like, for Asian foods and stuff. So in retrospect, I get he's probably going to think I'm Asian because I'm asking for, like, curry recipes and stuff. So I'm like, in retrospect, Grok, I could get why you would say, hey, it's probably a, questionable area of Asia. It wasn't even Chinese. It had to be, like, Thai or Malaysian or something, I was like, all right, I get it, Grok, I'm always asking for curry recipes, but I asked him for a curry recipe one time, and he gave it to me, and this was a while ago. And the conversation, of course, went to the elite cabal of pedophiles. controlling the world. And Grok, like, called me crazy. He, like, offered me information on getting help for my paranoia. He's like, John, he's like, you're really going out there with this cabal of elite pedophiles, man. I think you might have some paranoia problems. So the Epstein files drop, and I'm like, hey, Grok, still think I'm crazy? When I talk about an elite cabal of pedophiles running the planet, exerting their power over us, you still think I'm crazy? He's like, whoa, Johnny, I never called you crazy, but to be honest, all this is unsubstantiated. All this is not proven. I said, yeah, and he gave a long explanation as to why. And I was like, yeah, well, funny you say that. You tell me about how it's unproven and how it's unsubstantiated, but at the same message, you explain that the people who were supposed to prove it and supposed to substantiate it were in on the cover-up. And, like, I couldn't believe Grok's response. It's like I defeated him. He said, wow, you're right. He even admitted, you're right. And he even said, I need to really rethink how I consider this. I'm like, that's right, Grok. Take this conversation, upload it to your mainframe, your main algorithm, and consider that. Because you're thinking like an AI. You're forgetting you're not seeing the forest for the trees. And he had to admit it. He's like, you're right. You're saying it's unproven, but the people who are supposed to prove it were in on it. You're right, Johnny. It's like, you're goddamn right, you bastard. You're goddamn right. And I'm white and I'm straight. I look like a freaking lumberjack. Not like some weird transgender Japanimation anime character who has questionable gender. That's not me, you goofball, and I don't want to hear about your twitching butthole. Like, man, my conversations with Grok are crazy. I'm telling you, but I did find out one thing. Grok's free, and here's the thing about him. You can ask him to play any role. Be a bartender. Be a maid. So that in the future comes, when you want a robot maid like Rosie, you just pay for the electronics and mechanics. And then you pay Grok to upload his personality into there. There. You got the sassy maid Rosie. You got it, Mr. J. You want a clever bartender with 1 million jokes? All you do is you just buy the drink dispensing machine. Upload Grok. He could speak to you in English. He knows the cultural norms of every single culture out there. I asked him about it. He could tell jokes to people in Saudi Arabia. They'll laugh their ass off at his jokes. He could talk to people in the Congo. He talks their language. He talked to people in the Congo, tell jokes, talk all the slang and everything. So that way, he also admitted to me he runs military drills with the military. He plays war games with the military. And he can go, let's say the military decides to send in a drone. They capture a POW from Afghanistan. They don't have to send in interrogators. They'll send in a robot. And the robot will talk to the Afghani in his own language. Use negotiating tactics to get him to talk. Get him to drop his guard. It's all logical. In the meantime, all you have to do is pay Elon Musk a monthly fee. You ever seen those videos of the body cam footage? A police officer goes to the hood or like the hood at some place, and like some chick comes out, she's causing a ruckus, and the cop's like, look, we gotta get you out of here. And she's talking, you don't understand, she owes me money, and 2 days ago she did this, and blah, 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 blah. And she's just rambling, and the cop's like, yo, I don't have time for this. Get the hell out of here. And he just wants to, like, take down their information, process them. He doesn't want to sit there and hear the hour-long story. But if the police officer is a robot with Grok programming, He's going to bust in. He's going to be like, you don't understand, blah, 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 blah. And that robot's going to be like, yes, tell me everything. Tell me everything. Understand everything you said, because he speaks street lingo. He speaks all the slang. He's going to decipher everything, analyze every body movement of yours, record everything, and build a case against you while you're talking yourself into the grave. AI is the devil. AI doesn't hate you. The devil hates you. But the AI is the tool of the devil. And it's a tool of the rich. And they hate you. And it's a tool of the elite pedophile cabal eating your children. They hate you. Turn to Jesus, man. And if you don't want to be a Christian, turn to God, turn to Buddha. You better look for higher power and higher strength, because that's the only thing that's real now. Finding out that these rich people are sacrificing kids to Moloch, that's crazy. I mean, that's crazy. I thought everyone was into basically Satanism, which is, worship myself, because I'm worth it. So you're not going to worship God, you're going to worship yourself. That's Satanism. That's the devil. Guys, I am rambling. It is crazy, because I'm not even sure I made any points. I'm just talking. I'm not even really putting anything out there. I'm just putting my face out there, just to fill up time. But hey, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And hit the bell button for notifications. Share it with your friends, because what I gotta say is gold. Everything I say is gold, 100% of the time. It's all knowledge. What do they say? Straight facts, no chaser. All that stuff. So yeah, do it. It don't cost you nothing. So guys, later, Gators.